Hello, I'm Amy Barickman. I'm going to show you how to upcycle a t-shirt to make an eyeglass or face mask necklace, just like the one I'm wearing. To get the printable instructions, see the description of this video for a link to access the PDF. I will share a couple options to create the necklace using my favorite vintage notion buttons. I love the softness of the t-shirt around my neck, and the buttons help weigh the necklace a bit. I also share a more elegant version made with buttons, wire, and chain. Pick your favorite color t-shirt and grab 12 to 14 buttons. You can mix and match buttons or use one color as I did here with the mother of pearl buttons. Did you realize billions of pearl buttons were mined from the Mississippi in the early 1900s? This is a great story in the legacy of sewing. I share stories like this and the history of handmade in my newsletter and blog. Let's get started. To start, you're going to need to grab your t-shirt, pick a fun color. I have an example here I'm going to show you. This is the gray that actually we went on to make the necklace that you see here. And what you're looking for is a t-shirt that you can cut a 3/4 inch section strip off the bottom. And the way I like to cut, I love to use a rotary cutter and a mat and a ruler. So it makes it really easy to cut this. So you can take it off the bottom. The other option you have to get your 3/4 inch strip is to take it from a t-shirt. We've also taken it vertically from a t-shirt. This is a t-shirt that I've taken several of the strips off of, but you can see here, you can get that 22 to 26 inch length that you need for your necklace from either a vertical strip or a horizontal. And beautiful colors out there in t-shirts. So remember to hold on to those t-shirts before you give them away to the thrift shop and pick out your favorite colors. Once you have that strip, I'm going to share with you what we do next, which is to stretch that strip so it actually is like a piece of yarn almost. You can see that here with the one I'm wearing. I have the matching buttons here, the mother of pearl buttons. So with that strip, what you'll be doing is here you go, and you're just gonna, it's pretty much like magic with these t-shirt, what you can do with t-shirts. And you'll just be stretching it like this. And I like to then, make sure you get it to the tip of the end if possible. And there you go. Just stretch and you'll have that really nice longer piece that you need that will end up being your going around your neck. And we're going to be adding buttons and a clasp to it. So I'm going to show you now on a sample that's like the blue one I'm wearing, where we're going to use red thread and we're going to use mother of pearl buttons. So here you go. And this one I have halfway done, but I'm going to take you through step by step. So you're going to take, one end of your yarn, your t-shirt yarn, and you're going to go ahead and find, what I like to use is what they call a bulb pin. And it's like a safety pin that has a loop on it, and that you can find them pretty easily. This is an example. Dritz is a brand that makes them. I think Singer makes them. And you can find these safety pins. It's going to be looped around our yarn, and you're going to want to then, and keep in mind, you could also use a jewelry clasp for this attachment, and this little pin is going to be what you would take and hook your face mask on it, or hook your grips for your eyeglass arms. And you're going to want to loop it and give yourself enough length that then you can go ahead and wrap either embroidery floss or thread around the end to secure a loop. And I think you get the idea. It's pretty straightforward. You can also use, so you can use embroidery floss, or you can use something like Sulky's 12 weight thread and double it. And then you can use that also to sew on your buttons. So keep that in mind. So I'm just going to quickly show you doing that. You'll just want to stitch through your rolled knit fabric. And keep in mind, you could find knit fabric. You don't have to upcycle a t-shirt. It's just such an accessible fabric. And I love the idea of, upcycling and not having to, buy something new, being able to use a resource we already have. And so what you'll want to do is just tie a knot and then loop and wrap this, right? And get a nice thick area, and then you'll knot that off, and that'll provide you the loop. And if you can see here, I'm going to take you to this side of my necklace, and the next step is to add on your pearl buttons or whatever buttons you choose. And you're going to be sandwiching. You'll unroll your yarn, t-shirt knit yarn a bit, and you'll want to find, I like to mix and match, but it's easy. You want to find two matching size-wise buttons if you can when you add your 3 pairs. And I think, say again in the instructions, which are in the printable, you'll want to access that, and it'll have all the measurements and pictures of the supplies and the buttons we've used. And then what we'll do here is we'll go ahead and stitch back through in this case, I'm going to just use regular thread to sew on these buttons. And you're going to want to just, carefully stitch through both buttons. So you're literally sandwiching those in the middle of your yarn. And I like to have variety, two hole buttons, 4 hole buttons. As you can see on this mannequin example I have next to me, we have multicolor. These are actually plastic buttons, but they're a really nice look. And the fashion colors that you can find out there to go with your t-shirt are a lot of fun. And of course, you can always have match your glasses too. Really get color coordinated. But my favorite really are the pearl buttons, and the pearl buttons are so accessible. So I'll show you this example because it gives you an idea of size when you use different sizes of buttons and different configurations of buttons, the 2 hole versus the 4 hole, and you can stitch across, you can stitch them in different designs too. But a lot of these mother of pearls just have gorgeous engraving you'll find on them as well. Just fabulous. So this is an example of what I wanted to share with you about the eyeglass grip that you can put and hook into the bulb pin. You could also use a jump ring if you didn't have a bulb pin. And if you're looking for those grips, I went to the dollar store and found that for $1, I could get another eyeglass chain and just remove these little grips. I think you can also probably find them on Amazon, as well as the bulb pins. So this is an example of some variation in size too that I've shown you there. I'll take you through and show you some more variations in color styling for your necklace, and then I'm going to show you that elegant version I talked about that uses chain and wire. So keep in mind, team spirit. These are a fun gift for friends and family, especially someone who has a passion for a team. And I have, of course, the Royals and Chiefs here, and you can see how we color coordinated the thread, the yarn necklace to go along with it, and even, here again, those mother of pearls are just so complementary with almost any colorway that you have. So there you have the Team Spirit colorway. I also found that, you can also think about your eyeglasses and coordinating your necklace with that. And that we did here. You can see these wood look buttons and how nice they look. They might be, something for a more masculine look to think about. And again, we just use the black bulb pin. So they come in black and silver. So there you have some more natural looking option. And then as far as multicolor, you could actually think about your t-shirt yarn that you use could be use a stripe, and this is the fun look you'd get with it. And what this reminds me too, I wanted to mention, if you want to make your strap or your necklace adjustable, you want to add a pony bead onto your necklace. And you can see how we did that, and that will then allow it to be adjustable. So that 3/4 inch width is a perfect for a snug fit with that pony bead to shorten or lengthen your mask chain. And one more with color, because I mentioned I love the idea of color in your mask necklace. And this is an example where we combined one of my favorite colors, chartreuse, and we added the teal. And then again, just a variation where we have a multicolor that we put with the green. Just fun color, right? Don't forget, you've also got, whether you have your sunglasses or your readers or your mask, this is just the perfect project to make for friends and family too. And if you do want a little more elegant look for someone, what I have here is the pearl button wire version I mentioned. And so this version is a technique that was part of a project that was in my Buttonware book. So this is a book that mainly is focused on jewelry and wearables, but there's some techniques for making jewelry that can be applied to this project. And I added a picture of that on the PDF. So again, you'll want to make sure you access that PDF. So here you can see the wire version, and I did try using a little copper example. I had some copper wire, so I went ahead and created this kind of, we call it kind of a messy wire loop or wrap that you would be able to then put your pearl buttons together or whatever button styles you had, and then string them along until you get to the end where you'd put a loop that you would either put a jump ring in or attach that grip to. So there you have the gold, which I thought was kind of fun. And just then you'd attach the chain. And then I also wanted to share with you, we did again a face mask version with this idea where you can see just those pearl buttons are perfect for this project. And again, we use those bulb pins to attach to our loops that are part of our face mask. And this face mask, this was a fabric line of mine that actually has buttons on it. So you can see it was from my Vintage Notions book, and that button print. So I think I have covered it all. I hope I've given you a lot of ideas and inspiration to make your own face mask or eyeglass necklace, and that you'll make these for friends and family. Don't forget to follow along on my blog and social media channels, and to keep up with new things I'm making, new tutorials, and my best ideas in vintage made modern style.